Hello again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's. Got here now to look at a Ford Transit Mark 8. This is a 2.2, so it's not the newer 2 litre engine. And it's got a DPF issue that he's had a couple of people look at, so we're going to get inside now and see if we can have a look at and sort out the problem for him. Okay, so inside the van we have an engine service now light, engine management light on, information light on, and it's in reduced power mode. I'm going to set up my launch Euro Tab 3 scan tool and we'll do a diagnostic scan. Okay, now we're ready to do a high-speed scan. I'll get that done. Straight away I can see 6 faults in the engine. Let's just have a check of these ones first. Control module, trial or stop lamp. Engine oil level sensor circuit high, particle filter pressure too high, particle filter restriction, engine oil temperature sensor A circuit. Alright, so we've got a... Okay, so we know what the problem is here is it's a blocked DPF, but why is the DPF blocked? I'll probably just try and treat this as a new video. Sometimes I forget that obviously new people are going to be watching these videos, and what I do is I chat like I know, like I'm assuming that most of the viewers know what I'm talking about because they've seen some of my previous videos. But see, the problem here is he's got a blocked DPF. Now, what someone else has done is clean the DPF before, but that doesn't fix the problem because pretty shortly afterwards the problem comes back. And why is it going to come back? It's because he's got a fault elsewhere. So if you've got an engine oil level sensor fault and an engine oil temperature sensor fault, then your DPF is not going to regenerate on its own. So as soon as you drive down the road, you might think that, okay, the problem is fixed, we've cleaned it or regenerated it and it's driving fine, but within maybe 50 miles or 150 miles your DPF is going to block again, and then all of this is going to come back on. So we need to fix this problem and we need to fix this problem. Okay, so I've called around a few places and we can't get hold of those sensors. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on some ramps, check the wire into the sensor. Hopefully we might be able to get it sorted out straight away if it's like a wiring issue, but we'll have a look and we'll get straight to it. Alright, I'm under the van here. I can see straight away that it's had some engine work done, like a rebuild. It's got a leak on the fuel pump up there, leaking diesel. It's got a new sump fitted, so that points to something, what's been going on. Try and have a look around. Definitely had a new bottom end put on there, or reconned version anyway. It's all been painted up. Just trying to figure out where the sensor is really. Okay, looks like I found the issue. Now, like I said, this has just come from a garage, and I can see there. Let's have a look. Yep, that's not plugged in. It's not plugged in properly. Let's just try and plug that back in. Is it that simple? Maybe it is. Okay, get back in the van, we'll start the engine up again, have a look at some live data. Okay, looking on the live data here, we can see that the oil level is all reading and the sensor now has got voltage to it. DPF pressure is extremely high at 220 millibars at idle. Let's hold it up to 3000 RPM. 873 millibars of pressure. So are we going to be able to clean this? I'm not sure. According to that as well, the engine oil level is a little bit high. Okay, so just under here we have the DPF pressure hose. So we're going to get the DPF cleaning fluid inserted into that. Okay, so I've got the DPF cleaning fluid and the DPF pressurized gun here from Launch UK. I'll put the link to the website in the description for you. That's up, connected to a compressor at 130 psi. So then we'll get this fluid in here, connect that to the DPF and spray it through. Okay, so I've disconnected the pressure sensor hose and I'm just going to connect up my own hose here straight to the DPF. Get that locked in. We've got that connected to the DPF pressure gun. Now I can just squeeze the trigger, get this fluid sprayed in to the DPF, and we should get that compressor come on now any second. Now I'm going to keep pumping this in here until all of the fluid is gone. You can see there's a lot of pressure in this as you take your finger off. Well, it was just spraying everywhere, but it's calmed down a bit now. Okay, so we'll start the vehicle back up now. And we'll get this up on a gauge here. We'll keep an eye on that pressure. I can't remember where it was sitting before I started now. I think it was up around 800, was it? Something like that. We'll see how low down we can get this now. We need to get this really down around sort of 60 millibars if we can. It's coming down nicely. So it looks like we might be in luck. Okay, a few minutes have gone past. We are at 67 millibars of pressure. So I'm happy with that. So now you go to special functions on this. This is a launch Euro tablet and reset the particle filter values. Okay. Now that's all done. We go back to the fault codes, clear the fault memory. That's complete. So obviously confirm that the fault codes have cleared. We'll take it on a test drive and then rescan it again. Make sure everything's fine. Okay, so the next issue that we're looking at here is this fuel vaporizer or fifth injector that goes to the DPF. If we connect the pressure gauge to it, it's holding 20-30 psi pressure. So that needs removing and either replacing or cleaning up. But I've got a refurbed one that I've got in the van, so probably get that fitted to it. Okay, so now that's all done, fitted the replacement vaporizer. I've used a 22mm crow's foot spanner for that. Okay, so that's the new vaporizer all fitted, and what I would say is it's quite lucky that I checked that, to be honest, because what you can do sometimes is you can see, okay, we've got a fault with the oil level sensor, let's fix that, clean the DPF and send the money's way. But if I didn't check that vaporizer, the van would have come back with a blocked DPF again. So now at least we know the van is going to regenerate on its own. The vaporizer is now working. All of the faults are now clear and this customer can now make his way home. So that's this Transit Mark 8 all finished, apart from an oil change which it's going to need, but I won't bore you with that. Basically that's all of the complicated part of the job diagnosed and finished, and I'll see you on our next video.